Hi everybody, I'm Megan Blake, the Pet Lifestyle Coach, and this is We Begin Now Dog Training. When you ask a dog what time it is, he will say, it is now, and that's where we're starting. In the last few videos, I've been giving you tips on training, sit, stay down, come heel, and on behavioral issues, but today we're going to talk about our senior doggies, and Super Smiley here is a senior dog. And first of all, you may want to know, how do I know if my dog is a senior dog? Well, that depends upon the dog breed. Generally, larger dogs age faster than smaller dogs. For example, a Great Dane may be considered a senior at 5 years old, whereas a Chihuahua may not enter his senior years till he's 11 or 12 years old. So first of all, you need to know what your dog is and how you're going to be dealing with age. I'm going to give you my top 6 tips on how to deal with your aging doggy, that they're always puppies in our eyes. The first thing is you're probably already taking your dog to the vet once a year, but this is really important to do, especially before they start entering their senior years, because you can get what's called a baseline read. So you get all of their blood work done, it checks their heart, liver, kidney, all of their organ functions, and you might also want to get an x-ray of their hips if you've got a big dog. That way, as things start to change, your veterinarian has a baseline as to where your dog is and what might be age-related, and they can work with that. The second thing is their dog food. When dogs get older, they become seniors, and I know we've all seen the senior dog food packages in the stores. It's important to possibly use some senior dog food. Talk with your vet, but what happens with a lot of dogs is they start to gain weight and may become very obese, which puts more weight on their joints. So talk with your vet about when it's a good time to switch to a senior dog food. But I just mentioned some dogs get obese, some dogs get leaner. Smiley here, he's gotten leaner, but it's not because he's lost fat, it's because some older dogs, they literally lose muscle density. Smiley was a very, very muscular big boy when he was younger, and he's still a big boy with lots of muscles, but he's become a lot leaner. So talk to your vet about the best way to give your dog his proper nutrition. And then the next tip is monitor their eating and their drinking and their elimination, their bathroom habits, because you can watch this. If all of a sudden they start drinking a lot of water, it could be a sign of kidney disease, or if they won't drink at all. So definitely watch their food intake and their outtake. Tip number 4 is exercise. We know when we have young dogs, especially sporting dogs and dogs that love to run, sometimes we have to run them 8-10 miles a day on a bicycle or however we do it. But as they get older, just like people, their activity level slows down. So what you can do, you still want to, as I just mentioned with Smiley, his muscle mass has lessened a little bit, so you still want to keep those muscles moving. So what you can do, instead of going for 1 long walk or 2 long walks a day, just walk down the block a little bit, maybe 3 times a day, just to keep their arms moving and their muscles, their legs moving, and their joints. But check with the vet, because if the dog does slow down, he may have arthritis or other issues that you always want to check with your vet. During their senior years, as in always, your vet is your friend. Tip number 5, temperature. Older dogs in the summer, they may get hotter than younger dogs, and in the winter they may get colder. So just make sure that they're comfortable as far as the temperature goes. If you got your house super cold because that's the way you like it, make sure they've got a little blanket to curl up on in the summer. Or in the winter, if it's cold in your house, make sure that they've got their blanket. Or in the summer, if your house is kind of warm, you like the windows open and fresh air, then just make sure that your dog has a fan or someplace that he can get cool, because they may not be able to regulate their temperatures as easily as when they were younger dogs. And the final tip is just simply, you know your dog. So look for any changes in walking, changes maybe in maybe they're more lethargic, maybe they just don't seem as happy as they did. That could just simply be an indicator of pain. If they're panting more, that can be an indicator of pain. If they're licking their lips, that can be an indicator of stress. So just, you know your dog. If you see any changes, consult your vet, and hopefully he will be able to help you. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, long, long, long life with all of your dogs. And Super Smiley and I, we wish you a happy, happy week. Thank you for joining us on We Begin Now Dog Training. And thank you, LaBauer Park, Greensboro, Downtown Parks, and Green Lincoln. I'm Megan Blake, the Pet Lifestyle Coach, and this is We Begin Now. Bye, everybody.